Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. Today we are going to learn most important MCQ on writs in the Indian Constitution. Your first question, how many writs are mentioned in the Constitution of India? Correct answer 5. Key points. The Constitution of India empowers the Supreme Court under Article 32 and the High Courts under Article 226 to issue 5 types of writs for the enforcement of fundamental rights. The 5 writs mentioned in the Constitution are habeas corpus, a writ to produce a person detained or imprisoned before the courts to examine the legality of their detention. Mandamus, a writ issued to a public official, body, corporation, or government to perform a duty they are legally obligated to perform. Prohibition, a writ directed at a lower court or tribunal, preventing it from exceeding its jurisdiction or acting contrary to the law. Certiorari, a right by which a higher court orders to lower court or tribunal to transfer a case for review or quashes its decision if it acted beyond its jurisdiction. Quo warranto, a writ to challenge the legality of a person holding a public office without proper authority. Next question. Which writ protects the right to life and personal liberty in India? Correct answer, habeas corpus. Key points. The writ of habeas corpus is one of the most important writs used to protect the life to life and personal liberty is guaranteed under Article 21 of the Indian Constitution. The term habeas corpus means you may have the body. It is a judicial mandate to produce a person who has been detained or imprisoned before the court to determine the legality of their detention. The writ ensures that no individual is deprived of their fundamental rights arbitrarily and is a safeguard against unlawful detention. The court can order the release of the detained person if it finds that the detention was done without legal justification. This writ can be filed by the detained person themselves or by someone on their behalf. The writ of habeas corpus is applicable in cases of both prevention and illegal detention. The right to file this writ can be enforced against both public authorities and private individuals. Next question. The writ jurisdiction of the Supreme Court under Article 32 can be invoked for. Correct answer, fundamental rights only. Key points. The Supreme Court's writ jurisdiction is provided under Article 32 of the Indian Constitution. It empowers the Supreme Court to issue writs for the enforcement of fundamental rights. Fundamental rights are enshrined under Part 3 of the Indian Constitution, including rights such as right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to constitutional remedies, etc. Article 32 is often referred to as the heart and soul of the Indian Constitution, as described by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, due to its significant role in safeguarding fundamental rights. Next question. Under which article is the Supreme Court empowered to issue writs for enforcement of fundamental rights? Correct answer, Article 32. Next question. Who can issue the writ of habeas corpus in India? Correct answer, Supreme Court and High Courts. Key points. In the Indian Constitution, both the Supreme Court and High Court have the authority to grant a writ of habeas corpus. Article 32 deals with the right to constitutional remedies or affirms the right to move the Supreme Court by appropriate proceeding for the enforcement of the rights conferred in Part 3 of the Constitution. Article 2 to 6 of the Constitution empowers a High Court to issue writs including habeas corpus mandamus, certiorari, prohibition, and quo warranto for the enforcement of the fundamental rights of the citizens and for any other purpose. Next question. Which writ means we command? Correct answer, mandamus. Mandamus means we command. It is an order from the Supreme Court or High Court to a lower court or tribunal or public authority to perform a public or statutory duty if it is not discharging its duty. Next question. Which writ is issued when a superior court directs a lower court, tribunal, or public authority to perform its duty? Correct answer, mandamus. Next question. What does the writ of certiorari mean? Correct answer, to be certified or informed. Certiorari mean to be informed or to be certified. This writ is issued to transfer a case from a lower court to a high court for review. Next question. Which writ prevents illegal usurpation of a public office by a person? Correct answer, quo warranto. Quo warranto means by what authority or warrants. It is issued by the court to inquire into the legality of a claim of a person to a public office. Next question. In India, writ can be issued by? Correct answer, Supreme Court and High Courts only. Key points. Only Supreme Court under Article 32 and High Courts under Article 2 to 6 have writ jurisdiction. Next question. Which writ compels production of a detained person before a court? Correct answer, habeas corpus. Key points. It is one of the important writs for personal liberty which says you have the body. The main purpose of this writ to seek relief from the unlawful detention of an individual. Next question. Which writ is considered the bulwark of individual liberty? Correct answer, habeas corpus. It safeguards freedom against arbitrary state action. Your last question. The Supreme Court called Article 32 the heart and soul of the Constitution. Who said this? Correct answer, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, kindly like, share and subscribe to our channel.